everyone, welcome back to Mamta Nepal tutorial. And guys, in this video we're going to start a new practice set. Okay, today is Sunday, and on Sunday we have decided that we will do a practice set so that you can analyze your understanding of the chapters which we have already covered. Okay, so for today's video, or in this video, we will take the chapter number 1 of class 6. Okay, if you have not gone through all the chapters which we have done, like 1 to 4 chapters we have already uploaded on the channel, so you can go and watch those videos first and then try to solve these MCQs. Okay, so let's start with the questions. Question number first: plants give us more variety of what thing? Like, plant give us more variety of what? More variety of food, more variety of milk, more variety of curd or meat. The plant, the we are talking about the plants which are giving us variety, and all these are the example of animal source. Okay, these, the milk is coming from the animal, so this is the animal source, and meat is also coming from animals, and curd is made up of milk itself. So these all three are the foods which is coming from the animal, so we cannot consider them. So only food, we can say that food is the plants, food is the thing which plant give us more variety of. So option 1 is the right answer. Next question: the food item which are eaten raw are? Which of these food item we can eat raw? That means without cooking we can eat. Can we eat brinjal? No, we cannot. We require cooking for to eat brinjal. Okay, but mango and tomato we can eat raw. So we can say that the option D is the right option, where both B and C, that means mango and tomato, we both can eat those items, those food without cooking, or we can eat them as raw. Okay, next question: why should we cook food? Why should we cook food? Why it is necessary to cook the food? First option: cooked food can be easily consumed by our body. That's true. If we are cooking our food properly, then our body will consume it or can absorb all the nutrition properly, because of that cooked food. Okay, if we are taking it as a raw, so in some cases, like if we are taking raw meat, so our body will not able to consume it properly. Okay, so this option is right. Next option: cooking also kills the harmful germs. That's also true. When we do cooking, we require heat, and that heat will help us to remove the harmful germs from our food. So this is also true, that cooking also kills the harmful germs. The option C is the cooked food can be easily absorbed by our body. That's the same option like the first one, so this is also right. So option D, all of these. So the main and correct answer is option D, all of these are the right options. Okay, let's go to the next question. What are the ingredient of vegetable curry? We are making curry of that vegetables. So curry are the liquid substance which we make with the food. Like if we are making vegetables, so the liquid of that vegetable is known as curry, or we can say that the temper of that food while cooking, that tempering will help them to make that curry. Okay, so what is the ingredients, what are the raw materials which is required to make a vegetable curry? So salt is the ingredient, obviously we require salt. Vegetables, obviously this is also an ingredient. Spices, obviously we require some of the spices, like chili and other spices also, which kind of vegetable we are making, it depend on it. And oil for the tempering process. So all these three we require, so all of these is the correct answer, option number D. Next question is: which part of wheat we generally eat? Like wheat plant, we do not eat the whole plant, whole wheat plant. We eat only a part of that wheat plant. What is that part? Is that a root? Is that a leaf? Is that a seed or a stem? So we eat seeds of the wheat plant. This is the wheat plant, and these are the leaves, and on the top there are some this kind of structure you can see, and here is the seeds, and these seeds we used to eat and take wheat out of it and make a flour out of it and make our bread or chapati, whatever we require for our food. So which thing we eat? We eat seed of the wheat plant. Next question is mustard leaves are used as. How we can use the mustard leaves? Is that in which way we are using it? Are we taking it as a fruit? Are we taking it as a oil or spice or vegetable? Mustard seed, from the mustard seed we can get oil, but from the mustard leaves, from the mustard leaf we get vegetables. So we eat mustard leaves as a vegetable. Okay, so option D will be the correct option. Next question is different organism eat different kind of what? So different organism eat different kind of plants? We cannot say, because there are different type of animals which can eat different food. Why? Because they can be omnivorous, they can be carnivorous, they can be producer, or we can say that the primary or plants. So we cannot say that the different organism eat different kind of plants. No, we cannot say that. But different organism eat different kind of foods. That's the true answer. Because most of the plants are not herbivorous, we cannot say they all are herbivorous, we cannot say all are carnivorous. Okay, so we cannot even say that every organism eat fruits. No, that's also not correct. So food is the right option. So different organism eat different kind of food. The option B is the right answer. Now similar type of question is this: in which of the category is human being placed? In which category? Is it is a herbivorous, it is a omnivorous, it is a carnivorous, or none of these? In which category will you place the human being? The herbivorous are the animals which eat only and only plants. So these are the herbivorous. Carnivorous are which eat other animals. Okay, so they depend for their food on the other animals. In the omnivorous, they eat plant plus animals, so they can eat both plants as well as animals. So in case of human being also, most of the people eat plant as well as the animals. So the option B is the right one. Omnivorous we will categorize human being in. Next question: dash is the ability to do work. What is the ability to do work? How we can do our work? With a hard work? That may be true, but not according to our subject. It is not relevant. So energy, very good. That's the right answer. The energy is the ability to do work. We require energy to do any task. So energy is very much essential. Strength, obviously we require strength, but not in every work. Sometimes we do not require strength, we need other abilities of our body, like our brain. So we cannot consider this one also. None of these is not at all the answer. So option B is the right answer. Energy is the ability to do the work. As I have already explained this, those animals which eating other animals are called. So the animals which eat other animals or depend on other animals for their food is known as the carnivorous animals. So the omnivorous which eat plant and animals, herbivorous which eat only and only plants. So carnivorous are the animals which eat animals. Okay, so option C is the correct option. Next question is the most common leaves used as food. So in these options, which are the leaves which we use as a food? So peas are not the leaves, so we cannot take it as an food, but spinach and cabbage are the leaves which we can use it as a food. So option D will be the right option. B and C, spinach as well as the cabbage. Option D is the correct answer. Next is the no food cannot be prepared without. What is the essential thing which we require to prepare a food or to cook a food, or to however if you want to prepare it, you should require one of these things. Maybe sugar, so it is not necessary like in every food we require sugar. No, we cannot take. Salt, it is not necessary that in every food we require salt, but in every food we require water. We require water for every food to prepare. Okay, so without water we cannot prepare any food. Milk also not required for every food. So water is the essential product, or we can say essential ingredient for every food to prepare. Next is the sprouted seeds are very rich source of. What are the sprouted seeds? The seeds which you see, like these are the seeds, and you see some kind of a structures coming out of it, and these whitish structure is because the seed is sprouted. Now the seed is germinating, and these seeds, if you put these seed in the soil, then this seed will grow up into a plant, and that plant will become a tree. It will take time, but it will become a tree eventually. Okay, so the question is, sprouted seeds are very rich source of what of these? Carbohydrate, fat, protein, or vitamin. So we should know this concept that always the sprouted seed which we eat, it have lot of amount of protein. So option C is the correct answer. It rich in the source of protein. Next question, some plants grow under the ground and store food in them. So which part of a plant? First of all, you should know which part of a plant which grow under the ground. So this is the plant, this is the plant, this is the flower of that plant, or we can say anywhere this is the fruit of that plant. Okay, and this is the ground, and under the ground what you see beneath that ground are the roots. So that's very clear. And store food in them are called, in some of the plants the roots also store food, like carrot, they are also store food in them, and they are roots. So option A is the correct one. The roots are the plant parts which grow under the ground and as well as store food in some cases. Okay, so option A is the correct one. Next question is, sweet juice is known as. What are the sweet juice? Sweet juice are the juice which is present in the flower, and any bee came near to the flower and take that sweet juice from that flower, so that they can make honey out of it. So the sweet juice is the nectar which is present in the flower, and the bees will collect those nectar and make the honey. Okay, so option A is the correct one. Pollen are not the sweet juice. Pollen are the male portion, or we can say that the male gametes which require for the pollination or require for the germination of the plant. Okay, so we cannot consider pollen as a sweet juice. The sweet juice is the nectar. So option A is the correct one. Let's see question 16. Honeybees collect the nectar from flowers. That's all. It's true that always the honeybees collect the nectar, which we have already discussed in the earlier questions, and prepare honey in their nest. They prepare honey in their nest. So what we call that nest is it a flower, is it a honey or plant or beehive? What is that nest is called as? Okay, so that nest is called as beehive, in which the honey bee collect that nectar from the flower and prepare the honey in their nest. Okay, so that is the beehives. Option D is the correct one. Now next question is, eggs are the rich source of what? So what is more quantity present in the eggs? Which of these? The vitamin, fat, protein, or carbohydrate? So always egg are the rich source of protein. As you have seen, like the person who go to the gym or want to make their body, transform their body in a bulky body, it require protein, more amount of protein. So the gym instructor also give them advice to take more eggs during that time. So because we require more protein is the building muscles building kind of a source which help our muscles to grow up very fast. So protein is the rich source, egg is the rich source of protein. Option C is the correct one. Next question is, which are the ingredients of kheer? From these options, what do you think that kheer can be made up of all these ingredients? Which one? Like A, milk, rice and sugar. Obviously we require all these three and we can make kheer out of it. Next is the ghee, water and spice. We do not require spices in the kheer, so this cannot be the ingredient of a kheer. Rice, dal, water. So rice, it's correct, but dal we cannot use, salt we cannot use in a kheer, so this is also not an option, and D is none of these, so that's not true. A is the correct one. Milk, rice and sugar are the ingredients to make a kheer. Next question is, a small white structure may have grown out of seed are called. A white structure like this is a seed and a white kind of a structure is coming out of it, and what is these white structure? Is that a root? Is that a seed? Is that a sprout? Or none of these? So that's are the sprout, like sprouted seed which we eat. When we can say that the seed is sprouted, when we see that this is the white structure is coming or grown out of that seed. So that's why we are saying that it is a sprouts. Option C is the correct one. Next and last question is, oil yielding plants are, like the plants which produce oil, or we can make out we can produce oil or we can extract oil from that plant, any part of that plant. So from wheat we cannot produce or we cannot extract any oil. In rice we can in some amount, but it's not a huge source of yield oil from that plant. Urad also, that's not true, but the mustard is the oil yielding plant which from where we can get the mustard oil. Okay, so option A is the correct one. So that's all in this video guys. If you require any other help from my side, please let me know, and if you like my video, please give a thumbs up to my video and subscribe my channel, and thank you guys for watching this video.